welcome. It is season 17, episode 1601, coming to you from the cold comic shop. I think my landlord tried to send someone here when we weren't here. I had a phone call at like 10:45 in the morning on the store phone number. I don't know why no one called my cell phone, but yeah, we had a phone call very early when I was not here, and then I texted him once I got here. I'm like, hey, when's anyone coming? And he's like, oh, someone's supposed to come look. When will you be there? And I'm like, I'm here now. Hey, Mark. Um, so yeah, we will see. We will see what happens. But so far, no heat. Again, we're lucky, I guess, that it hasn't really gotten freezing cold yet. There was overnight 2 nights ago. It was a little cold, but like the store's still in the 50s. People come in their coats. No one's even seemed to really notice that it's not warm in here. So that's not the end of the world. The problem is me. I am such a wreck organizationally since we lost the hold list that oh, this is a warm jacket. I got a long sleeve sweater and a hat on, Mark. I'm good for now, buddy. It's much colder by you probably than by me. I am such a wreck because of the hold list being a mess that I am like not able to string together and do all the various things I need to do. I have damage reports here. I did a whole bunch of damage reports last week and left these and said, oh, I'll do them next week. And now I've come to them and it's like, here, see, I was missing this. That's exactly what I was looking for earlier today. Frustrating. Anyway, yeah, so this was something that I missed and something that I wanted to deal with, and I completely forgot about it. Just now I realized. That's really funny. I looked through these papers, but I didn't go to the bottom one because I had other papers to do. Anyway, I had a maddening moment with the new holdless system that we're trying to use, where while I was on the page that shows my customers, everyone's name, Jack, Joe. I got your email, Joe, unless you just sent it. I just saw an email pop up. No. Anyway, I saw everyone's name. Every time I refresh the page, Jack, alphabetically, my A's, they're there. And they disappear when it's fully loaded. So I want to email them and say, hey, this is happening. That means my customer base is somewhere in there. But I said this before. I have a backup of the hold list, Mark. I have notes for people's modern stuff. It's just I've gotten so used to being a mess with that stuff, doing it in like all sorts of weird ways, that it's really starting to affect how I do everything else around the shop. I just reorganized a bunch of things today. I'm not showing those off today because I want to show off the new books. I just reorganized a bunch of stuff today in the shop, getting a little bit of holiday stuff out there, and I did it so stupidly, and I realized it's just like I'm not thinking things all the way through. I emailed some people about their hold list, and I didn't follow up with them the following week, and all sorts of things that really are typical for me, but also affected by everything in the store being kind of broken up and a mess, ordering wise. So it's interesting. We'll see how that goes. I want to look at the new books and talk about those because I do feel, like I said, very distracted and out of it. And I just discovered that damage I wanted to report. So we've got These Savage Shores, the $15 edition. This is a fantastic. If you remember, we had an event with Rom and the author of another book, where we did linking covers for These Savage Shores #1 and the other book. I did the covers. It's not in the back of this book where they show some of the covers, but this is a really fun one-off series, vampires as colonial metaphor. Second volume of Man Who Defies the World of BL. I talked about this, a hilarious little series about a guy who knows he's living in a BL and refuses to get embroiled in the plots of a BL. The Twilight of Our Adolescence, a really touching and sweet BL. Mocha the cat and his forever family. Obviously a Mark. Yeah, it's a great metaphor. Obviously a very cute cat one. Joe, I didn't even show the book off. We got the latest One Piece. We got Tower Dungeon 3. We got the latest Sakamoto Days. Ultimate X-Men Volume 3. The Goon, Them That Don't Stay Dead. That's the latest Goon miniseries. Miguel Vila's Comfortless, a really beautiful book about the end of the world. Another manga that I kind of hid back, Virgin Ventures, hilarious hijinks of erotic amateurs. We don't have to say any more about that. It'll get our thing turned off. Transformers Volume 4. I mean, Transformers Volume 4, the end of the Daniel Warren Johnson written run of Transformers. Battle Beast, the 6 issues of Battle Beast that Robert Kirkman and Ryan Ottley returned to do recently. There, Joe, Turtles of Grayskull. We got a few copies of this, but the others came damaged. I'll put that in Joe's hold. So that's gone now. Thanks, Joe. Nah, I ordered restock. Ultimate Oz Universe, The Lost Lands. This is a Cullen Bunn, I think Tom King and Mike Deodato Jr. Look at taking all the Oz books and turning them into dark, serious take on stuff. Totally different view on the way Oz is done. Shaky Kane's Monster Fan Club number 3. Funky psychedelic stuff. Green Lantern Corps. New World Champions. It's the new Green Lantern Corps series that just started. I think it may have... I think it continued past this. Gunner Creek Court Volume 3. 2 more seasons of Gunner Creek Court. Mort, who doesn't love Mort the Ghost? And THB, this is a big one. Paul Pope's groundbreaking THB, a psychedelic action adventure science fiction series that really made him a name in the industry. We've got Venom 251, Transformers 26, TMNT Journey number 3, Street Sharks 2, Spider-Man Noir 2, Spider-Man 94 3, The Power Fantasy, Mr. Terrific, Marvel Knights The World That Was, Batman and Robin, Event Horizon, which, yes, is a side for you, Joe. Amazing Spider-Man Torn, that's Straczynski. The City Beneath Her Feet, this was a book that was heavily delayed due to all the distribution shenanigans, and finally is out. Elisa Schrader and James Tynion IV's dark lesbian assassin book. This book was also intensely delayed, but not because of distribution shenanigans, just one guy. Cadaver Chronicles number 4, Kyoto Wilberg's sketchbook about drawing the body. Godzilla Dead Zone number 4, Superman Kryptonite Spectrum number 4. Yes, there's one aside for you, Joe. Supergirl number 7. Again, there is one aside for you, Joe. Rogue Storm. It's an AOR. That's an Age of Revelation X-Men book. Gorgeous in Hyuk Lee cover. Iron and Frost number 2 also has a Lee cover. And that's it for those. Number 2 of Author Immortal. Frank Barbary and Morgan Beam's great new book. Death to Pachuco. A great little crime book. Second Roots of Madness. Second Jeremy Whitley and Underwood Strange Tales. Second Uncle Scrooge reprint. Second Marvel Black, White, Blood, and Guts. The dark, really messy Marvel book. This one has a Garth Ennis and John McCree story, so really intense. Fantastic Four reprint. Justice League reprint. The new Marvel 1776 series. It's just very hard to take seriously. Someone is messing up the history of the world, and the Marvel heroes have to go back to 1776 and help fight in the Revolution. American Caper, Dan Hauser, big TV crime writer. His new series. David Lapham doing the layouts and pencils, but it inked in a very different style than usual. Batman Static Beyond. This is an older Static, and Tim Drake as Batman Beyond in an Elseworld future. Die is back!
Kieran Gillen and Stephanie Hans, Clayton Cowles, everyone returns to a new story set in the world of Die. The characters return back into that world for a variety of reasons. It also has the Die role-playing game's new Quick Start Edition. This is the shortest version of how to play a game of Die that has ever come out. It's only like 32 pages instead of 90, as the previous Quick Edition was. But like all of Die, it's pretty intense. You have to make your regular person, and then your regular person has to make... your persona has to then make a character inside the game of Die. It's pretty crazy, pretty messed up. I think you have the core book, Joe, already. But if you don't, that's a great one. Gargoyles Fantastic Four, sequel to Fantastic Four Gargoyles. A new Peter Cannon Thunderbolt. Fred Van Lent and Stanley Liu. Poison Ivy, Once Upon a Time. This is a Poison Ivy annual by the great G. Willow Wilson and the incredible Mark Buckingham. It's an Arthurian, trippy little story that, quick start rules for Joe, that sort of recontextualizes Ivy's connection with the Green. If you don't know what the Green is, Alan Moore, Rick Veitch, Steve Bissett's Swamp Thing is a read that you should do. Predator Badlands, a movie adaptation of the new movie, a comic adaptation of the new movie. The next Turtles crossover, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Godzilla, TMNT, Fight Godzilla. Rob Liefeld's Youngblood is back. It was a gigantic Kickstarter, and now it is available at comic shops. All we've got left, a bunch of people added it last minute. All we've got left is the Daniel Warren Johnson cover. Ultimate Wolverine, number 11, and Ultimate Black Panther, number 20. Oh no, maybe not. I think that Black Panther might have been 22 and might be sold out. And that's all the new books. I did just get a buzz. Let's see if that's my landlord saying, nope, not my landlord saying someone's going to be here in a second to look at this cold place. So we'll see what happens with that. I'm a little frustrated, but also they're so patient with me. Interesting. Florence and the Machine is a band that I know about, but I've only heard a couple songs. Joe Hill has been going on and on about their new album, that it's like a horror album and it should be up for like best horror songs or something like that. Very interesting, I thought. Anyway, I'm going to deal with this damage report that I messed up. I don't know, man. I don't know. Like, this is a time of year where I always have a little bit of trouble with cash flow, because we were closed so many days, and I still have to pay bills on the stuff that came, that some of which sold slowly. But I also am stocking up for the holidays. So I'm kind of like all over the place, trying not to panic or freak out, but also there's always a new concern, right? So last year, the giant big concern was we needed to make room. We needed to do this big clearance sale, and I needed to get each week ready. Now I have the big clearance sale, and I have Joe Ciano came in today, picked up his regular weekly list, and he spent time looking through the sale stuff to find something to buy in the sale. And I had a few people like that. I had someone pick up a book, and he goes, what would this cost in the sale? And I said, like $30. And he went, and he put it back. It was like a $35 book. And, but he saw the Fade Out, which I just put out in a new spot. He's definitely been out while this person has been in the store before. But I put it in a new spot when I rearranged, and he went, this just looks fantastic. I have to get it even though it's not in the sale. And I'm like, it's tremendous. And that's really one of the biggest issues that I feel like we really need to come to terms with, is the fact that there's so much great stuff, old and new, that people just don't even know exist. Like, I don't always have to get all the new things. So I don't know. I'm kind of stuck on that. While, as I said, being a bit of a mess mentally. Tomorrow on social media, I'm going to post a picture of this new little section I made. I might show it off here on the channel, but I don't know. I don't know if there's going to be an episode. I posted about yesterday's episode. Yesterday was our 1600th episode,
I came on here and I said, why am I still doing this? What's the point? And so I posted a picture of the episode and posted it to social media and said, yeah, I did the 1600th episode. Nobody really commented. Joe, you commented people have to be nice. Maybe that scared them away, but I don't think so. I just think that my social media reach has shrunk down to like nothing. So I have to think about that. I have to consider and maybe change all my tactics when it comes to sales and events because social media is just not getting that reach. Yeah, that's about it. The next Joey's supposed to finishing up a video, the Witch Hat Atelier video soon. When I next do that one, I'm gonna try and really push that YouTube video and promote it and maybe get more people come over to the channel. But I don't know how big my hopes are. Anyway, I am going to go take care of this damage report. Hopefully see someone about the heat before we close for the night. And until tomorrow, in honor of Kurt Vonnegut, whose birthday was yesterday, remember, damn it, babies, you gotta be kind. I didn't get to talk about that because we got interrupted right before I did my sign-off.